I declare the first session of the 144th Annual Conference open.
I'm very proud to call myself a trade unionist. I've been a trade union member all my life, and I will be till the day I die. And I'm proud to lead a party that is campaigning against the trade union bill. There are very real fears about the intentions of a government and those who pay themselves exorbitant salaries to run academy chains.
We've waited a long time for a politician who says things that chime with the National Union of Teachers.
I am very proud to belong to a community of professionals who refuse to be dogged and dispirited by the cold hand of government and the accountability regime.
Nikki, my duty is not to you. It's not to my head teacher. It is to the children I serve. I want to do my duty. I just don't have time. I want to do the school production. I want to give my children the chance for a rounded education. Nikki Morgan, I'll do my job. Let me get on with it.
This intolerable workload is affecting our students now. And don't forget, they are the whole point of this whole system. Last term, I told a student who'd just got a B in her mock, and she was so chuffed. And I told her that that B was below target, so it wasn't good enough, and she was still making negative progress. And I crushed her. And I tried to take it back, but she doesn't look at me the same now. And I will never tell a student again that their best is not good enough. And I don't care if you don't give me M5, because that's not worth my soul. And there has to be a kinder way.
And we need to stop this bullying culture in schools, as it is driving teachers out of schools and out of the profession.
Are we sick of endless appraisals where you change the goalpost 4 times in 1 year? When you are assessing writing and kids are crying because you will not help them because we don't teach anymore, we just assess.
If you're going to write to my boss, I'm going to write to your boss. Yeah, and it is Easter, and I didn't do it for the conference, I actually did do it. So I didn't write to the Archbishop, I didn't write to the Cardinal, I wrote to the Pope.
I've seen some of the finest people in my generation give up teaching because they're coming out in rashes and because they're not allowed to fight for the children that they actually work with. That is a disgrace.
Bullying may be a qualifying trait for a Tory cabinet post. It has no place in our schools or in education. Support this motion, but then let's move on to action. Stand together, march together, strike together for the future of education, for our profession and for the future generation.
Be in no doubt, we will do our bit to defend education and defeat your socially and politically dysfunctional plans for education. I second.
Thank you, Hazel.
We want to keep children safe from those organisations who promote hatred and violence. But there are limits. There are limits to what we can do, and as we predicted a year ago, Prevent is making that harder.
We've got to stand up to the discriminatory practices that have been pedalled forward. Today it's a veil, tomorrow, Christine, it could be your hat. You know.
Our lives begin to end the day we remain silent about things that matter. And I'm not going to stay silent on this. This really matters.
There will be a ballot for action, as conference has agreed. We know that the total academisation represents the total abolition of national pay and conditions. So there are issues in every school. Those 7 multi-academy trusts are simply not doing a good enough job. They're not doing what they claimed they could. But this is not to demean the work of our members who work in those schools. This is not to demean the schools themselves. It is to say clearly and unambiguously that this is not the system that children, teachers and parents need or deserve.